Hey guys, let's talk about how to be a catalyst in your church or ministry. Now, some of the greatest churches and ministries in the world have this thing called a discipleship culture. And what that means is it's just the culture of the church that disciple making is going on. That everyone is sort of equipped to help people pursue God. And another way to think of that is that means that everyone is a catalyst. And so in order to bring that to your church or ministry, you need to be a catalyst. So hopefully that's why you're watching this video, is you're saying, I'm willing to do it. Tell me how to do it. What is that all about? Well, here are 4 simple steps for being a catalyst in your church and really bringing a discipleship culture to your church or ministry. The first step is obviously to get equipped for yourself. Make sure that you are well equipped. Now, we're talking about using the resources at PursueGOD.org to bring life-changing conversations into your world. So make sure that you know what the resources are all about. Get really familiar with the site because that's the tool that you can use to bring that discipleship culture into your world. So get equipped and start using those resources at home and then eventually in the church environment or in your ministry environment. Now, the next thing is to stick to the system. See, if you really want to be a catalyst for a discipleship culture in your church or ministry, it's not about being a maverick. It's not about saying, hey, I'm really good at this and I've kind of got my own way of doing it. If you really want it to be reproducible, and this is what's important to understand, if you really want it to be reproducible, you need to use the system and stick to the system, because the more you sort of stray from a sort of a standard way of doing this, and again, as you understand what the flex method is, the method that we describe in our resources, if you don't know what that is, make sure you check that out and understand how to find a topic, how to learn about it on your own, and encourage the people, your family, the people you're mentoring, the people in your small group to learn about it on their own and take ownership of their own pursuit of God. And then that last step in the flex method is to explore it together through conversation using the resources. Real simple method. See, what's important is if you buy into the system and stick to the system, then as you are doing it, and there's plenty of flexibility within that system and the method, but as you use that sort of to stay on track, then it'll be easier for your kids, it'll be easier for people in your small group, it'll be easier for people that you're mentoring to turn around. I mean, you'll be shocked at how quickly they'll be able to turn around and start doing the same thing because you stuck to the system. They know how to do it now. I mean, because they might not be as naturally confident or as equipped as you are. So stick to the system, and you are going to be a catalyst who creates catalysts. You're going to be a disciple who makes disciples that make disciples. Okay, here's the third tip, and this is super, super practical. Schedule it. In my own experience, one of the things that I think the enemy uses more than anything to keep me from being a catalyst is my schedule or the schedule of other people that I want to help. Okay, so if I'm mentoring my kids at home, and I should, right? I need to schedule that on a regular weekly basis, like schedule intentional, life-giving conversations using the resources with my kids, with my wife, with people that I'm mentoring, with my small group. See, if we don't put it on the schedule, then a lot of times that's all the enemy needs to keep us from helping somebody pursue God. So don't forget this super practical thing. If you want to be a catalyst, schedule it weekly. One thing you might even do is just schedule a 30 or 45-minute phone call. A lot of the people I mentor over the phone. The resources make it real easy for us to be on the same page. We're using the flex method, and we have a phone call, and it's so easy to schedule a phone call. Now, face-to-face is great as well, but at the very least, if you're having a hard time getting together with people that you want to help, schedule it and do it even on the phone. All right, now here's the last thing. Don't give up. It is so easy to give up on this because you're starting to mentor somebody that, maybe your conversation doesn't go great. Maybe they don't show up. Maybe they're not really that into it or whatever. Discipleship is messy. Even Jesus, he discipled 12 guys. And I mean, Judas left, right? And not even just that, but so many of the other disciples, how messy was it for Jesus over those 3 years? But he didn't give up. He stuck with them. He kept encouraging them. He kept speaking truth in love to them. And so don't forget, don't give up. If you really want to be a catalyst for a discipleship culture, it's going to take a little grit. So don't give up on discipling. And maybe there's a person that just never pans out. That's fine. Then pray for and look for someone else to pour into and make a disciple. Be a catalyst and encourage other people then to be catalysts as well. So that's how to be a catalyst for your church or ministry. Now, why don't you use the resources below to talk about this with your friends, with your family, a small group, or a leadership team?